Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Falzer Club. My name is Ashana. I'm the executive director here, and it brings me great joy to bring these two incredibly talented musicians to our stage. It's the best part of my job. I find people that I absolutely love, and then I convince them to come here and play for everyone. So life is stressful, and just take a deep breath and relax. As soon as I heard that, as soon as I knew that Trace Bundy was able to come, I thought of Raji Malik, and I thought, I want to hear the two of them together. And we're going to start off, and Raji's just going to give you his full heart. Welcome to the Falzer Club. Thank you.
So good to be here together. Let's start by sitting up tall. Let's take a deep breath together. Let's breathe in. Now I'd like you to listen to this one note until it turns to silence. And as you're listening, focus on the breath. First piece I'm going to play for you is called Chakra Cascade. And the invitation for this piece is to focus your attention on the energy along your spine and use the sound waves as a tool to align those energies. Chakra Cascade. strength in vulnerability. And it's about how when we are vulnerable and when we are open with our family and our friends and our community about the struggles that we're dealing with, then we can actually form those connections that are necessary for us to function well in our lives and to be a channel of love. Strength in vulnerability. This next piece is called Rejoice. And then in parentheses, no crisis. And this one is about how when things are regular and mundane, we can really actually rejoice in that because crisis will come and we'll wish that it was that. So, rejoice. This next piece is called Not All Who Wonder Are Lost. And it comes out of a time when I was feeling lost. And then I recognized that staying connected to having a sense of wonder can often lead to a different path that we didn't see before. Not all who wonder are lost. Actually, it was called Not All Who Wander Are Lost, but then I was telling the third grader about it, and then they thought I said wonder, and I was like, oh, that's way better. next piece is like a sibling to that last one, because as I was kind of working through all that struggle stuff, then this other piece came out of it when things became a little brighter. And it's the same tuning, and it's called Unwinding Knot. And the invitation for this one is use the sound waves as a tool to help you unwind any knot you may be experiencing now, physical, emotional, spiritual. Unwinding knots. got one more for you, and This one is called Clarity. It's good to end with clarity. And this piece is about recognizing that, well, let me tell you just a quick thing about how I see music and sound waves. The music for me, as soon as I start playing it, it fills the air, ripples out like water out into the space, it goes in my body, it goes through my body. And as it spreads out, I can actually use it as a vehicle to extend my consciousness, to recognize and sense my interconnection. And so the invitation for this piece is to use these sound waves as a tool to extend outward to each other, to the world, and recognize that we're all one thing. And for me, when I have that feeling, when I sense that, I know that no matter what happens, everything's going to be okay. Clarity. have Trace Bundy coming on the stage, which is such a gift to Philadelphia. And what an honor to be able to spend some time with him and get to know him, and now we get to hear his music. So, thank you so much.
Whew. Don't you feel more hopeful? Raji Malik. We're going to take a brief break. Please help yourself to refreshments. We have a lot of merch tables. If you want a new t-shirt, you can come back in the second half looking completely different. So, yeah. Follow Raji's lead. All right, we ready for more music? All right, I'm happy to introduce Trace Bundy.
How's it going, everyone? You guys doing well? Yeah. Raji Malik, everyone. That was beautiful. That was amazing. So, yeah, loved it. So good. I'm so excited to be here, everyone. This venue is amazing. I love this place. Instantly fell in love with it. And never been here, newer place, and just right when I walked in, and just the way, the staff, everyone, the owners, really cool. So I'm in a good mood, is what I'm trying to say. I'm going to start out with my song Elephant King, which is the title track off my album Elephant King. And in this song, I'm just going to explain it a little bit, because this is like the song that kind of celebrates all the things I love about the acoustic guitar. And, you know, because the guitar, you can play it like a guitar, but you can also do all these other things and make it sound like other instruments. And I'm going to try to really stretch that as much as possible. Because if you kind of pound on the guitar, you can create like a good guy kick drum back here, right? Maybe a snare drum here. You got all these different kind of percussive notes. You can also make your guitar sound like bells ringing if you kind of hit these harmonics. Just right like that. You can also play it two-handed style like a piano. Raji was doing some of that tonight. And then I'm going to kind of play the chord progression with one hand. And now this hand's open, right? So I can do these other things. I can do the drums. Or those bells. Or I can just stop talking and play the song, right? Here's Elephant King from Elephant King. Raji and I had some awesome Mexican food just a couple doors down. That was really fun. What place is it? That's it. I think so, yeah. And they were so sweet to us and treated us to a meal. It was really sweet. They're a really great place. I'm going to play a song called Communion now. Communion's from my kind of middle album, Mistlebell. And this song, I'm going to try to make my guitar sound like another instrument. I'm going to try to make it sound like an old pipe organ being played, okay? And I love the sound of a good old-fashioned pipe organ. The scariest of all instruments. Appropriate for Halloween coming up here. The general pipe organ sounds I'm going to create are pretty scary, but they're like just kind of a normal mid-level scary at first. And then as I keep adding more kind of pipe organ-y layers to it, it's going to get scarier and scarier. But fortunately, I have a knob here. This top one here is kind of the scary filter. And so if it gets too much, which it probably will, I can just kind of turn that down a little bit, and then it'll smooth out, and then I'll play my song on top of it. So if it does get kind of frightening, don't worry, it'll get better. Let's try it out. Here's Communion. much. Okay, so a couple nights ago, was this last night? I think it was last night. God, this tour just kind of all blends together. I played in Cambridge last night, and that's quite the drive from there to here. You know, it was pretty good for a while, and then you get into the kind of the New Jersey, New York City area, and just got terrible. And then it got better. So happy to be here. Anyway, so I guess it was 2 nights. It was in New Hampshire. This is where it was. A gentleman. Let's refer to him as Ray. And I want to call him Ray because that was his name. It actually was his name. Yeah. That's why I want to say Ray. And so Ray requested that I play. He's like, ESPN, and he's a big ESPN fan, and he wanted me to play the ESPN Sports Center theme song. And I did that night, and I hadn't played that in years, and I barely pulled it off, and it was kind of fun. So I'm going to play it for you tonight. So here's the backstory, okay? It wasn't just out of nowhere. And so I was contacted by ESPN a few years back, and they wanted to, they said they found my music, they liked it, they wanted me to be a part of a contest. And the contest was this, to write a unique arrangement of the classic ESPN Sports Center theme song. And I'm like, I don't watch a lot of ESPN, I'm not a huge sports fan, but like I know that riff. It's like 6 notes, right? It's like 6 notes. Actually, it's 2 notes, just alternated. And I was like, I bet I could work on something here, So I kind of worked up an arrangement and put my own flair on it. Took a lot of liberties and changed the melody a little bit, and submitted it. And then they held this contest. It was like a bracket-style tournament contest, because ESPN, right? And all these different artists submitted their songs, and then it would people would vote online. And the first round is myself against this electric guitar, kind of cool rock and roll version of the song. And people voted, and mine kind of moved on to the next level of the bracket. And anyways, it kept going until I got on 2 of us. It was myself and this girl playing this crazy Korean harp. And really neat arrangement. After 2 days of voting, they called me up and were like, congratulations, you won the contest. So it was cool. And then they brought me out to Bristol, Connecticut, where ESPN is, and I was like the house band for the whole day. And I was in this little corner with my guitar, and I had 2 earpieces in. I felt like a spy or something. One earpiece, I could hear the whole show, so I could kind of hear myself when I play. The other earpiece was someone talking to me, and they'd be like, okay, Trace, we're going into commercial break. You need to play something about 37 seconds. What does that mean? And I would kind of be like, okay. And they're like, hit it. And they're like, and then it'd go to commercial, and I'd be like, yes. Nailed it. Anyway, really fun day. I got to play some of my own stuff on TV as well, and it was really neat. So there might be some clips floating around of that out there. Okay, so I'm going to play you guys a little bit of what I wrote for that contest. And again, besides playing it for Ray up in New Hampshire, I haven't played it in a while, so I might show the train wreck it, but that's okay. Let's just try it out. It's kind of fun. So, ESPN Sports Center. Thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, enough of that. Enough of that silliness. No, it was fun. Thank you, Ray. Cheers to Ray for kind of putting that back in my mind. I'm going to play another song from Missile Bell. Missile Bell, yeah, kind of the middle album of mine. I'm going to play probably 3 or 4 songs off that tonight, fun one. I have a brand new, I don't know if I had it last time I was here, new pressing of Missile Bell on vinyl that I'm really excited about. So if you're into vinyl, I love vinyl. We were talking about like Spotify earlier, and like I use Spotify. It's not the best for artists. It kind of rips off artists, but it's so convenient, right? You get all this music. But I also love collecting vinyl because with that you get like this beautiful like piece of artwork. You get to put it on the player. You hear the scratchy sound of the needle and read the liner notes. And so I like both. And so anyway, I got this new pressing that it's like 2 discs that are like this turquoise color. And when you like set it on the table, like the inside is really kind of light turquoise, and the outer ring is kind of dark. And you hold to light, and the opposite happens, where the inside becomes the dark and the outside becomes the lighter. It's really cool. So if you're into that, check that out. This song is the second song in the album. It's called Urban Challenge. It's a looping song. I'm going to create some layers with my feet and record those. And then after I record them all, I'm going to kick a button on there that says high speed. And the whole song is going to speed up to double time, really crazy fast. And it's going to be wild at that moment. And that's usually the part in my shows where people will kind of flip the tables, throw glasses, just start, moshing, all that kind of stuff. So I'm going to try my patented stage dive, probably use that monitor as a little springboard, and try to make it, I think I'll tip you guys back there. So Timothy, you can kind of alley-oop me, and then just pass me around for a while if you could put me back. It's my kid's favorite song right now, so it's kind of fun. Here's Urban Challenge. much longer. I really appreciate it. Almost at the stage battle. I can see you guys are ready too. I saw a fire in your eyes. Next time, okay? Next time. You all are a really fun audience tonight. Thank you. I always love coming to Philly. There's something about just good people in Philly, you know, right? So good. We'll take care of each other. So good. I'm gonna play a song for some of the kids who came tonight. All the kiddos in the crowd. I happen to like children's music myself, and I'm gonna play you what I believe to be the greatest children's song ever written. Okay, I've been kind of playing some children's music at my shows because I have this theory that if you start working kids' music into your concerts, you know, eventually they'll get hooked on your music, and then they'll get older, and then they'll have money, and then they'll buy your CDs as they get older. Because kids love buying CDs these days. I don't know, maybe it's a bad theory, but I'm gonna do it here because this kid's song is worth playing at any show, in my opinion. I found these lyrics online a while back, and actually when I was a kid, and it really moved me. Kind of a lullaby style song, so I'll share it with you here. It's called "Sweet Child." Oh my, the best children's song ever written. you so much, everyone. Gather my things. Did anyone see where the capo? Hey, while I'm up, I'm going to do a little tradition of mine. If you've been to some of my shows, how many people have seen me play before? Nice, awesome. How many people have never seen me play? Awesome, very cool. How many people did not raise your hand for either question? Okay, I see it. That's cool. I'm cool with that. So I have a little tradition where at my shows, I take a photo of the audience. I take a big kind of panoramic photo. I go home, I print it out big, I frame it, and I put it in my bedroom so I can see you every morning. It's a really special moment. So I'm gonna do that now. They're gonna crank up the lights. I might need you four to scoot over, if that's okay. If that's okay. Is Shauna, you're in here somewhere? Yeah, there you are. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna this is great. I'm gonna start over here. I'm gonna do a big kind of sweep of the audience, panoramic style. Throw your hands up, go crazy. Exactly, just like that. But then hold perfectly still. Even after I pass you, you're gonna want to move, but you don't move. So, later tonight, as I'm about to drift asleep, I will post this on Instagram and Facebook if you want to find it. It's really cool. So look for Trace Bundy on any of those, and find the picture. If you want to comment on it, you can. No worries, and just enjoy it. It's really fun. So this is a good one. I like it. I like the colors in here. So thanks, everyone. Now savor that moment every morning when I wake up. Play a song called Overtime. Overtime's on my album Elephant King. So it kind of went, Adapt was my first album. It kind of went to Missile Bell and then Elephant King. And it all started with Adapt, my very, very first album. Except for the two albums I put up before Adapt. But I never talk about those. I don't even mention them. They're terrible albums. Really the worst you could ever listen to. I have one for sale tonight at the merch table over there. It's an old Christmas album of mine called Trace Bundy, O Night Divine. And it's like you have it, yeah. It's like 9 or 10 mediocre songs. Buy it tonight. It's just $10. I think there's 2 left because they were really big sellers last night in Cambridge. So check those out. Don't listen to it. Use it as a coaster. I'm just kidding. It's not that bad, right? It's actually it's decent. It's okay. I have another Christmas album that's even better. You have that too? Cool. I'm doing this deal where you buy one for the price of 2. And then I'm going to throw in the other Christmas album for free. I like that math. Anyway, I'm not playing any songs from Trace Bundy's O Night Divine Christmas album tonight. But I'm going to play the song Overtime. This song, I'm going to use this really nice thick echo effect. We call it delay in the kind of music world. Okay, so kind of lock that tempo in. That tempo is not going to change. That's going to be locked in for the whole song. But what makes this song fun is I'm going to play my guitar at a different speed than what the echo is doing, okay? And it's tricky because if you have an echo going like this, it tries to lock you into playing at that same tempo. Most of the time that ends up being the case. If you start drifting your own tempo off of the echo, weird things start happening. Usually bad weird. But you find this nice little sweet spot in the middle, and sometimes good weird happens. And I like good weird. So. Okay, here's playing the same speed as the echo, right? You can also play double the speed, it's like this. But for this song, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play right between those two speeds. It's going to be like 1.5 times the speed of the echo. Let me find that spot here. Find it. That's not the song. It's just an example. It's cool, right? big screen over there. Where's the camera? Make sure I'm looking at the camera. Somewhere up there? Yeah, it's cool.
Come on in.
Hey, I want to play you all an oldies song. Do you guys like oldies music? A little bit? Yeah. So this is my mom's favorite song. It's called Can't Take My Eyes Off You by Frankie Valli. You know that one? So good. So good. And since it's my mom's favorite, I wanted to write an arrangement that, she would appreciate. And I remember listening to this song, and there's a lot of music theory that goes into this song. And there's a lot of music theory, and I remember listening to the song and thinking like what's going on in these certain parts. And there's, usually I'm pretty good at like hearing a song and kind of knowing musically what's going on. But this one had me stumped in a few places. So I went to the drawing board and started learning. And I kept changing the way I was playing it because it's so hard to play. There's a lot going on, and there's all these key changes in the song. And every time it changes key, I had to relearn the song a whole new way. I had to learn the song 3 different ways, and keeping track of all that is hard. I'm going to use some capos to do the key changes. This one has a hole in it, so I can play behind it. This capo I'm going to put here. Keep that one ready. And the hardest part of the song, I'll be honest, there's a key change where I need to play a chord and then kind of like play with one hand to disguise the fact that I'm going to throw off one capo and move another capo all in a split second to be right on key and right on beat for the new key. And if I can pull that off, I'm going to be really proud. So, can I share one kind of music theory thing about this song that I love? So sometimes you hear a song and it just takes you on a cool journey or something that you don't really know why. But sometimes there's like a hidden music theory thing going on inside of the chords that's hard to really pick up on. Sometimes it's pretty clear. And the thing I love what's called chromatic movement in songs. So chromatic means every single note is used in order, either going up or down. Where a normal scale, like the major scale on a piano, you would play in the key of C all the white notes, right? All the white keys. Where chromatic scale in the key of C, you play every single key, the white and black, in order, right? Okay, so there's this kind of a nice descending bass line that's all chromatic that goes. Pick it up, but it does something cool, and it's kind of hidden in there to be unlocked within the chords. Anyway, I think it's cool. So I'm going to try to emphasize those notes when I get to the first verse, if you want to try to hear it. Okay, that's what I'm going to try. So let's try this out, everyone. Here's "Can't Take My Eyes Off You" by Frankie Valli. more song that uses some of my capos, okay? So I'm going to start with this one again. This is the one I dug a tunnel through it right there. So you kind of play, behind it like that. This one right here is a nice pink and silver camouflage swirled capo. Well there. The silver one, I took a hacksaw and I cut the end off of it. Covers 4 strings, which makes it fit nicely there. And then this blue one, I think looks really cool there. It's important. This song I call Love Song. This is from Mistlebell. This is from Mistlebell. I call this Love Song because this is meant to be kind of a reminder song of why I do what I do. And I love playing music. Raji and I were talking about this over tacos, and how just, it all started with a love and a passion. And maintaining that can be the tricky thing when you're 20 years in, touring all the time, and it can the music industry in general and just all the day on the road can really try to suck that from you. So you need these little reminders of why you do what you do, and maybe the impact it makes, and and so that's why when I play the song, I try to remind myself of that. But there's kind of another level to it, and that's that even though I love this and it's my passion, when I get to the end of my life, when I'm old man Bundy, I don't want my identity to be about a skill that I have on an instrument. You know what I mean? We all are talented in some way. We're all good at something, and I don't want to just be known as Trace the guitarist. If I'm known among my community in the end of it all as someone who loved well and loved deeply, I think that's worth a lot more. So that's just here's Love Song. gonna play you something here that is my take on what I believe to be the greatest pop 80s one-hit wonder ever written. Okay? I love a good one-hit wonder, and there happen to be so many from the 80s. I don't know if like a lot of mediocre music was written in the 80s. There was. But then every once in a while, a band would come up with like one great song, and that song would go viral, and everyone knew that song. They didn't know who the band was. They didn't care. And if they went to their concert, they would start chanting that song from the beginning, but the band would always save it for the encore. Always. You have to, really. So, do you remember that song called Jenny? And in parentheses, 8675309? Yes! Who wrote it? Tommy Two-Tone. Okay, nice. I had a Tommy Two-Tone fan in the crowd. All right. 8675309. That's right. I'm sorry to say I'm not actually playing that song though tonight. But do you remember the song called "Come On Eileen"? Who wrote that? Who wrote that? Nice. You guys are good. Okay. I'm not playing that one either. So you're good. What about the song "Tainted Love"? Soft Cell. Okay. You guys are good. Hey Mickey. This guy's got it dialed in. Okay. Okay, here we go. This is a harder one. This has they slipped I think a German word in there. 99 Luftballons. Nina! Nice. Okay, very hard one. That song, "In a Big Country." Big Country, yeah. That was brilliant that they named their band after their hit song so that no one would ever confuse. Okay, I have an idea. Back here behind me, there are some papers from a previous show. With some lyrics. I'm going to start reading the lyrics, and you have to then try to figure out if you know what this is. He wear no shoe shine. He got toe jam football. He got monkey finger. He shoot Coca-Cola. Yep, which song? Come Together. Yep. They say, I know you, you know me. One thing I can tell you is you got to be free. Come together right now. I'm doing air guitar. Okay, good job, everyone. But I'm not playing any of those. I'm going to play one that really started all of these off on the right foot. In the 80s of the 1600s, this guy named Johann came on the scene. Named Johann Pachelbel, wrote some pretty mediocre music. He had a Christmas CD that was terrible. But then one day he wrote a song called Canon, and Canon, beautiful song. He's done so well with that. He makes a lot of money from the wedding industry. And I wrote a version of this way back on the Adapt album. And I just realized my album Adapt is coming on 20 years now. I think next year it's going to be 20 years, which is insane. And that's the one I have not released on vinyl yet, so I'm going to make that a 20th anniversary release. And so here's Canon, everyone. Good job with the name of that tune. That was great. Well, I'm coming here for this reason. You all are so great always. So, love Philadelphia. I'm going to play one more song for you. This is going to be my last song of the night until the encore. And now I'm going to end with one I love playing. It's called Joy and Sorrow. I'm going to use both of my guitars and kind of set them up in front of me here. Speaking of which, have anyone tried the Acoustic Ninja cocktail up there? What is? Yeah. So good. Kind of love up there. So good. Yeah. Okay. Good. Thanks. Hey, I do want to say one more big thank you to the Falls Club for having me out here. Got Price back there on sound, making me sound so good. And Sean has been taking care of me all night. Oh man. Ryan, Felicity, the co-owners here, all the staff working hard. This place is a beautiful part of this community, and I know the work you do in this community is amazing, so thank you so much. And thank you to you all for coming and cheering me on tonight. If you like this music, a big thing you can do, it's a small thing, is just keep spreading the word, telling friends. I know people brought friends tonight to the show, and that means a lot to me. I've been doing this, like I said, for 20 years as kind of a grassroots style way of doing the music industry, to try to keep that passion real, and so that it feels like I'm sitting in a living room with all my good friends, and it feels that way big time tonight. I have a little email list back there. I still do the email list thing because I find it just kind of works sometimes better than all the clutter of social media that's out there right now. So if you ever want to hear about when I come back, I come to Philly every year, once a year. And if you were to just ever so carefully write your email address on the paper so that I can read it. Simple, right? And then the city and state where you live, if it's Philadelphia, just put that. I only send out emails by the region that I go to. So you'd only get like the 3 emails that I usually send out for the Philly show, basically. So you're not going to get all my tour emails, so check that out if you want. Playing the DC area tomorrow night. If you know anyone down there, and then fly home. Okay, so here's how this song works. It's called Joy and Sorrow because each of these 2 guitars are going to represent these 2 opposite emotions of joy and sorrow. This guitar here is going to be the sorrow side of the song, okay? I'll be playing the key of D minor, which is widely known as the saddest of all the keys. You know what I'm talking about? Yep. According to Spinal Tap. Spinal Tap is a real authority on all things music related. Very sad. Very sad. It's a tiny tear form, but I just and on this guitar, joyful, uplifting key of D major. It's so nice. And so I'll be going back and forth between the 2, like it's this kind of a conversation between these opposites. And they are polar opposites, but they're not mutually exclusive. So many times in my life I find joy and sorrow coming crashing together in the same moment. I had a really good friend pass away, and it's going on about 1.5 years now. He was a big part of our community, so it was devastating. And we threw this big memorial. We called it a celebration of life, right? Because the deep sorrow of losing him, and then at this event, we played music. We shared stories. Some people read poems, and as we're telling stories about his life, we find ourselves being like, I remember when he said that, and like these memories came back, and they were filled with joy. And as a community, we had joy being there together to celebrate him. which is kind of weird, right? Sometimes I like to try to keep the joy part separate and the sorrow separate, but I don't know, it doesn't need to be that way. Our hearts are big enough to hold both of those at the same time, I think. Lots of emotions. And so, anyway, let me play this for you. I think a lot about my friend, and if you have someone you've lost, maybe together we can collectively mourn with that deep sorrow, but also celebrate their lives with a joy together. There's joy and sorrow. around and go backstage. We'll see you guys later. Thanks. Somebody left for a while, and you guys still here, so I'll play one more song for you. Thanks. Yeah, I want to point out this whole tour, I've noticed that my pants look like the flies open, but it's not. It's just this kind of weird thing going on. So I don't know. It's distracting me the whole show, and I just want to point that out and get that out of there. It's not open. It's just a weird fly. We're all good on that? Okay. Anyone watching the live stream? Yes, yeah. I'm going to end with one of my favorites to play. It's an old Irish tune. I like Irish music, and I got to meet some different Irish quartets when I was in Dublin a while back. And, amazing groups sometimes would be playing in like some Irish pub, and this quartet would be set up in the corner playing the most beautiful music. And then I'd sometimes ask, like, what's the name of your group? And they'd be like, we don't even have a name. We're just friends that live down the road and we jam together. I love that, the pure passion and joy of it, right? It's so cool. So, you guys like Irish music a little bit? People? This is probably one of my favorite Irish quartets. Called U2. There's 4 of them, and they're Irish, so I'm calling them a quartet. No, I'm going to play the song, the classic song, Where the Streets Have No Name. So fun to play. I remember my grandma she had MTV at her house. We couldn't afford cable, but she had it, so we'd go over to her house and we'd wait for like our favorite videos to play. For the younger crowd here, MTV was this thing that played music videos back in the day. It was cool. That's all they did, just play music videos. And when this video would come on, it was always one of my favorites. So just the driving rhythm of it all really captured me. So I'm going to try to capture it on the guitar. I'm going to use something called stereo delay. Remember, delay is the echo effect? But what stereo delay means is that everything coming out of that speaker is going to be different than that speaker. Okay? Let me show you here. On this side of the room, you're going to get this nice echo. It's called a quarter note delay. Just kind of a standard echo. It sounds like this. Okay? Now over here on this side of the room, you're going to get a little bit of a faster echo. It's called a dotted eighth note delay. And again, here's this side. Okay? Now I'm going to put those two together, and it's going to do that little math equation and create a beautiful pattern. Depending on where you're seated, you'll get a different kind of flavor of the song. If you want to move to the center, you can. If you want to hear it both together. Sounds like this. Nice, right? Kind of cool, kind of cool. So, hey, after this song, I'm going to head over to the lobby and just I'll be around for a while. If you want to high five and say hello. Some great familiar faces here tonight, and then some new people, so that's really fun. Say hello if you want. I have set up all my beautiful items if you want to get all your holiday shopping done. I have a brand new t-shirt that I'm excited about. I have this artist friend that I just love his work. I see his work. Actually, when I travel to Budapest, I've seen it in coffee shops and stuff like that, and I've been fortunate to have him as like my artist for almost all my artwork. And the new shirt is like all my favorite songs to play, the names of the songs, shaped as this cool acoustic guitar. Even the little tuning knobs are songs. And so it's really soft. I have blue and black, unisex men's cuts, women's cuts, and very cozy and nice. So if you want a shirt, I brought my Anchor one. That's my second favorite now. And if you want vinyl, anything like that, come talk to Shauna and me. So, are you guys ready for this? Let's do this. Here is Where the Streets Have No Name by U2. You all are amazing. It's been a pleasure. Have a great night. Here we go. Thanks so much. I really appreciate it, everyone. Raji Malik, everyone, again. So good, so good. Come say hi back there if you like, and have a great night. We'll see you next time. Thanks.
And I have a message for the future old man Bundy. That although your music will certainly be remembered, but your heart will be remembered, and you filled a room filled with people at all of what your hands can do and of what our ears can hear. And thank you.
Nice work on the Jenny, man. Nice work.